What's going on, party people? It's your boy, Henry Carson III, and I simply say what I want because I can. Hey, I'm on here. I know we have been talking about some things I was going to further discuss. At this point, for the moment, I'm going to stall President Obama out. I know that I had mentioned that I was going to discuss with you guys why you never seen him with a Save the Children t-shirt on. But at this point, I'm not going to talk on that subject for a while. Actually, I've been thinking today I'm going to really begin to give more of my time back to community building, speaking literally about my people because I love my people. And I think there's a lot still yet that we can do, a lot of effect to be won, a lot of things that we can do. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm going to discuss today with you we're going to discuss a bit. I've been thinking a bit on just reparations and the need for reparations. Many of you, I think the main issue that I hear kind of a split, context when it comes to the matter of reparations. Now, when I speak of reparations, I'm not saying that woe is me. I can't go on if you don't give me reparations, because I'm still going to pull myself up 10 toes by my bootstraps and do what I got to do to make it happen. But what I'm talking about is simply the fact that there is still a need for reparations. At the end of the day, you have a situation to where there were for over at least 230 years, whole lot much more with that. You have literally a situation to where you had a case of literally people that were brought here under duress against their own will. They were forced to work and they were never paid for that. A lot of times I know that the media puts such a color spin on it. But what if I told you, would you still love me if I told you that at the end of the day, though I do understand that race plays a part of it, whenever I'm speaking of reparations, I'm not speaking of the racist aspect of that. I'm not speaking on what the media always uses as a hot button issue. What amazes me about the media many a time, CNN, Fox News, whomever, is that every 4 years they'll finally start covering the fact of a black man killed by police officers. To me, that's baiting and switching. To me, that is almost trying to incite a situation. But my question would be, do you really care about me any other time? I said that simply to say this. Many a times I'm appalled at the media's spin on things, because many a times the very thing that the media needs to be majoring on, they are minoring on. What they're trying to do is race bait. They're trying to incite riots. They're trying to incite looting. They're trying to incite people's feelings. At the end of the day, we must deal with evidence. The evidence states that over 400 years ago that there was literally people brought from the western coast of Africa. They were brought out in chains. They were forced to build up a nation and they were never paid for it. Now let's come to nowadays. Let's remove the color out of it. We have an instance to where every other people group within the borders of this country has been paid reparations for whatever was done to them. We have the Native Americans. They were twice paid reparations. We've never got reparations as Africans in America. The descendants of Native Americans, they can claim to have actually, a certain percentage and get paid for the rest of their life on it. We have the certain, Senator Warren, whatever her name is. She claimed that she was Native American when was only like 1/10, maybe not even that, but she gets paid for the rest of her life for that. When I'm speaking about reparations, I'm simply speaking not about the racist intent, but I'm talking about fair, equitable economics. That's simply what reparations is about. At the end of the day, per estimate, you have at least 50 million Africans in America who are direct descendants of the individuals that were brought here that built this nation up and was never paid for it. Now, if I worked a 40-hour work week and my employer didn't pay me, what would I do? I'm going to my local lawyer and I'm going to file to receive my wages. It amazes me that not only for the Jews in the Holocaust, and I have no problem with the Jews at all, so don't take me wrong, but we in this nation have paid them over. You can do your research on it. We've paid the Jews 3 times in the amount of $1.5 trillion for the Holocaust, which did not take place in the borders of this country of the United States. My issue is when you remove the color intent and you get right down to the bare basics, reparations is needed, reparations was needed, and reparations needs to be discussed. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. They get kind of some of those, I guess they call them cooning, if you will, sliding and shuffling. They get celebrities like the great Herschel Walker, great athlete, but maybe when I think about his statements, maybe that's what he should have did, was just run the ball. Not everybody was meant to go beyond that. It's very easy for Herschel Walker, who is a millionaire, to say that there is no need for reparations. It's very easy for an entertainer, an athlete, to really say that there's no need for reparations because they got it paid for therefore and no more. They're driving lovely and smiling easy. At the end of the day, when you look at what was done, the atrocity, we have in our Pentagon, they have over, and you can check this as well, there's an over $50 trillion surplus that they keep on any given year. The last that I checked, that number was in 2017. So you mean to tell me that per the adjustment by 50 million African descendants in America, that would literally be a little over $250,000 to each individual? You may say, wow, that's a big number. But when I think about it in terms of we sent over 760 billion, check it, not million, but $1 billion this year to nations outside of our borders. But we say that Black lives matter. How do they matter when you won't even discuss reparations or the need for it? At the end of the day, I applaud Ice Cube. I applaud that gentleman because he was the only one that was really willing to even have a real conversation about the need for reparations. We're not looking for a handout or a hand up, but we're looking for you to do right by us as you should have done many, many hundreds of years ago. I'm not here ranting and raving, but I'm saying that there is definitely a need for reparations. My Caucasian brothers and sisters, when you remove the race baiting out of it, if you worked your job for the month and your employer didn't pay you, what would you do? To my African brothers and sisters here within the borders of these United States, I would tell you to continue to work your day job, but find a way to begin to leverage your share of the $1.5 trillion annual that we give out to this nation, as we are definitely consuming a whole lot, but we're not producing or owning a whole lot. It's time that we change our mindset. The word of God says, as a man thinketh in his heart, there's a heart mind connection, so is he. That lets me know that what I think today can change my trajectory for tomorrow. As I stated, there is a need for reparations. I'm not crying about it. I'm not whining about it. But the fact is, there is a need for you in the United States of America to make good for the descendants of those that you enslaved and didn't pay them a silver penny. At the end of the day, I love you guys. And like I said, I simply say what I want because I can.